Hello, I hope you're doing good. Today I'm gonna be showing you the rotation for PvE warrior as arms. Before we start, I'm gonna give you the greatest tip that ever existed for arms warrior in PvE spec if you're using the Signet of Tormented Kings and a Ravager, in my case for the single target build. You have a chance that it will throw a Ravager on the ground. Did you find out yourself being in a situation when you do it and your mouse is somewhere over here, for an example, and the Ravager goes to the fucking cosmos? If you did, use that macro. Cast bracket at player close bracket avatar. Oh, it did. So as you see, here's the mouse and the Ravager is here. So it works. First of all, we're gonna start from stats, and of course critical strike and haste are the most important stats after the strength. Strength is number 1, then we're aiming for haste to be around 20%, then critical strike and mastery, then versatility. All in all, warrior is really rounded class right now, and you want all those 4 stats to be somewhere bigger and increase them in total, because that's the total amount of increased damage, because mastery gives you 14% increased damage when you have deep wounds applied, and versatility right now gives you also 13% increased damage. So you see, it's a really rounded class and it requires all stats at this moment. When it comes to conduits, Nadia is of course way to go with her Thrillseeker. Then we're going with Crash the Ramparts, because this is our filler. We're not using Mortal Strike really very often in execute phases, and I'm reminding you, they last around 55%. And the chance for Mortal Combo is only 14% chance. That's nice for PvP, but not really for PvE. So we're swapping Mortal Combo with Ashen Juggernaut for execute phases, and that's all basically. Nothing else we can do for it right now. When it comes to Renown number 30, we will be discussing the way to go with 3% more damage, or actually Crash the Ramparts. We'll see. We'll talk about it in the future, but for now this is the way to go with conduits. Okay, the legendary to go is of course Signet of Tormented Kings, and remember that when activating one of those 3 abilities, the other one is available to be used, and it's a random proc of course. So Recklessness will give you increased amount of critical strike, which will go a long way with Seasoned Soldier, and the Seasoned Soldier is giving you additional rage. Where the heck is that? Oh, here. So your auto attack critical strike generates 30% more rage. So with Recklessness you will have much more rage to go and begin with, and when Ravager procs in, you will have also additional rage, because it generates 7 rage each time it deals damage, and it refreshes the deep wounds on the target. And so remember just to charge in with Avatar and Warbreaker on the boss. Then when your rage starts to run low, use your Ravager to keep up the bleeds. When you have nothing, then use the Mortal Strike to keep up, and the Condemned is the priority to go. And I'll show you in a second with a slowed down pace. Charging, Avatar Warbreaker, I'm continuing with Condemns, Overpower as a filler. I feel it slows down, so I use the Ravager right now. I can use the filler from Overpower, I'm not overcapping rage. I use the Skull Splitter to keep up. And I have around 10 seconds of Condemns on its own, because my deep wounds are still up. And then I'll use the Mortal Strike when I use it right now. Okay. Using a filler from Skull Splitter, filler from Overpower. Continuing, I have 2 seconds to Warbreaker, and my deep wounds are out in a precise moment, so I can continue. I can use Ravager right now. 4 seconds of the deep wounds, but my rage was low, so I used it. Overcapping on rage, spamming Condemns. 50% rage, so I'm using my overpower as a filler. Use the Skull Splitter over there. Overpower. I need to do a Mortal Strike to keep up my D points. You know, I'm talking and there is a 5k damage, 5k DPS, that's not bad. And that there is a Avatar and Warbreaker coming in. I'm using it. And there is a Recklessness, and you see there is a constant flow of rage. I'm overcapping actually. Recklessness is out, so I'm gonna use my Warbreaker. The D points are about to finish. Warbreaker refreshes them. And, you know, 5k while just explaining the basic rotation is not really that bad. Okay, I hope it was helpful and it sorted out a few things for you. Apart from execute phase and the downtime, which is around 45%, there is not really much we can do. We just use overpowers as fillers. We're keeping mortal wounds, deep wounds, sorry. I'm used to PvP, and you saw my hamstring unfortunately on the dummy. So we're all the time we're keeping buffs, debuffs from Warbreaker, additional Ravager. If you are close to 35%, leave your avatars and Ravagers for that phase. You're gonna have a great big spike over there, so do not just, you know, rush them. If you see the boss health drops, leave those cooldowns. And as I said, Mortal Strike for deep wounds, fillers with overpowers, sometimes slams if you're around 80% rage or something like that and there is nothing else out of cooldown, and Skull Splitters just to continue. And that's basically all. Warrior is quite simple when it comes to doing DPS, and if you're able to be sitting on a boss constantly, do it. If there is a Bob, something that has an HP over 80% or below 35%, switch to it. Keep up the condoms, keep up the DPS. You're gonna kill faster. Do not sit on the boss constantly if you can kill something faster. Alright, that's all. I hope I helped you, and if I did, leave a like and a comment. Have a great day, and good luck in Mythic Castle Natria. Bye bye.